Hey there, fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Sue, and you've just stepped into Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. Every week, I'll introduce you to a friend of mine, a remarkable entrepreneur who's not just changing the world, but also harnessing a secret weapon, time outdoors. Together, we'll dive into their journey, unpack invaluable business advice, and discover why embracing the wild is not just good for the soul, but also a goldmine for inspiration and innovation. Ready to uncover the secret that's boosting bottom lines and fueling joy? Hit subscribe and join us in the wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm excited to introduce to you Kathy Baldwin. She's a life purpose strategist, helping individuals shed limiting beliefs and reclaim their power. As the author of Unlearn the Crap, that's pretty funny, and the podcast host as well, Kathy empowers clients to break free from CRAP. That's conditioned responses automatic programming. And they're blocking purposeful living. So she's helping you to just get through that. Drawing from neuroscience and personal development, Kathy guides people to transform stress into growth. Through coaching and community support, she provides tools for authenticity and abundance, continually innovating ways to help individuals step into their fullest potential. Kathy, welcome to Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. This is going to be fun.
I am so excited.
Yeah. So we connected a little while ago, just for those of you who don't, just stepping into this, we connected a little while ago. Kathy's undergoing a pretty cool experiment. We're going to talk about that too. But first, I wanted to ask, who are you serving and what problems are you helping to solve for them?
Well, I like to really help people who are dealing with stress, burnout, maybe mental health, depression. I dealt with all of those things. I developed fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, a lot of disease, fatigue, all of these areas that take us into a state of illness. And what I've discovered is that the sicker we get, the more stress that we have, the more out of our own alignment we are. And so to be able to help people find their true north, remove the crap that's in their way so that they can level up and become the best versions of themselves, that's who I serve.
I love that. That is so cool. We've all been there. Or if we hadn't been there and we're doing it the other way, the hustle bros kind of way, that's where you're headed. Burnout. It's rough and it shows up in a lot of ways. Not a whole lot of fun to deal with, and definitely not good for business. It's like not good on any front.
Not in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, it is our body and our life screaming at us, you're going the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh man. Now, are people finding you once they're at that point of like, burn it all down, I can't take this anymore, everything is falling apart? Or are they wise enough to seek you out, not judgmentally, but do they have that insight ahead of time and go, Kathy, I think there got to be a better way?
My goal is to capture people before burnout. My goal is for them to understand that the trajectory that they're on is going to lead here. But we have a tendency as human beings not to make change until it gets too uncomfortable not to change. And so my part of what I'm doing is teaching people the principles of change and our neuro dynamics, our neuroplasticity, about how it works in our body so that we can stop fearing change and really start understanding what we are so that life becomes as easy as driving a car.
I love that. I love that so much. And man, I just, I kind of wish that had been the voice that was out there when I was getting going. I know you must too, How did it, all right, I have so many questions at once, one at a time. So how do people work with you? Like, what does it look like for them to be working with you? What's the container, I guess, is the coaching way to say it.
Well, I have different containers because I believe that everybody has different places that they are in their life. So whether it is working within my community that where we share resources and collaborations and community, or whether it's in a group coaching program where it's more structured, more informational. But then I've got my podcasts and my books that help people understand. And of course, there is the one-on-one. I meet people where they are. I meet them with the challenges that are their top of mind problems. Because once we start creating success and we start seeing how we are stronger and more empowered, now we're feeding that system and we're breaking that cycle of what I call the crap.
Yeah. Oh man. And then, so are they working with you? Like, is it a few months? Is it a long-term relationship? Or does it kind of vary?
It totally varies based on person. My goal is for it to be as fast as humanly possible, because we only have a driver instructor long enough until we are licensed and we are safe to go out and drive and navigate and learn and experience on our own. And that's the role that I see myself in. I see myself as someone who is removing the roadblocks, giving you the tools and the education that now you can start to know the signs and understand the environment that you're in, that you can make conscious decisions because you are out of that automatic programming and you are actually in your own driver's seat. And and we're going to go off course. But the thing is, once we go off course, is recognizing it faster and faster and using that line from the GPS at the next available turn. Take a U and turn around, change directions, turn, and we have that ability. We just haven't been taught.
That's true. That's true. It's like we know one mode when we get into business, or we hear this is how you do it. You get in the car, you strap yourself in, you don't get out for a bathroom break, nothing, no food, nothing, just whatever you brought, that's it. Pedal to the metal until you like crash, run out of gas, or get your destination, right?
Yeah, but there is a part of flow that is amazing. There's a whole institute that studies the process of flow. And so when you are in your zone of genius and when you are living on purpose, you do go into those states where time doesn't exist and bathroom breaks don't happen, but it is feeding you and your soul instead of destroying you.
Yeah, and it's not permanent like that, Like
I
went 17 years, no bathroom break, nothing. Right? I mean, I jest, but not really, right? I mean, it's brutal. No, why? Like, you went through it. You've seen people go through it. Yeah. What's the driver for you to help entrepreneurs, create something that's more sustainable in their lives like that?
What is my driver or what is theirs?
Yeah, like why for you? Like why do you care? Like you could have just fixed it for yourself and not fixed it for them, but.
Well, I think that when we overcome our own challenges, we step into our own purpose. I believe in the law of polarity. So on the other side of our challenge is our zone of genius. So when I resolved my issues, I've been studying for 40 years and I was a sales trainer in the corporate world. I helped develop sales teams that were very successful, that created strong ROI and exceeded goals. And, that was my left brain and I made it happen. But it didn't prevent me from getting sick and burning out and breaking down. And so when I discovered that everything that I knew that was helping people to achieve external goals, but I could help them do it with internal goals, and then that created the external results. That when we focus in on the external results without going inward, we're creating disease, and we're taking ourselves out of alignment, out of purpose, and we are actually being a disservice to ourselves and to our goal and our dreams.
Yeah, I love that. I find that, most of the entrepreneurs I'm talking with, there's that deep-seated, like there's been some sort of transformation that's happened for
Yes.
us. And now we're like, oh, wow, I can help somebody who's, 5 years ago me, to avoid the things that I did, to have a better outcome, to, skip through the unnecessary muck that we've gone through. And you're doing that, and that's awesome.
Well, I believe that that's what our purpose is. Once we learn, we serve. We learn, we serve. It is an integrated system, just like we are. And if we, when I think about a dam, we'll talk about outdoors, okay? I get these symbolisms that pop into my head. I remember years ago, I went and visited my father, and he was living on a lake, and the lake had been dammed up, and the lake levels were going down, and there were weeds that were suffocating it, and the lake was dying. And I remember saying to my father, how do you reverse that? He says, well, first of all, you stop the poison of it, and you let it happen. When we are not living our purpose, when we are taking that information and we're holding it into ourselves and we're not using it to serve, we're creating that stagnation. We're creating that mold, that disease, that all of that disease. Yeah. And it's designed to flow. It's designed to be shared. We're designed to live in collaboration and cooperation. So there's no possible way for us to know who we are and gain knowledge and then just hoard it for ourselves and be empowered.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I've heard parallels drawn to like the Dead Sea, right? So it's going in, nothing coming out, and nothing lives there. It definitely has to have that flow out where we're serving others. And I mean, that's success in life, is doing what our purpose is. So
that's part of universal laws. Is one of the universal laws, is my favorite, is the law of rhythm. The law of rhythm states that we are in and out of cycles. We are in and out of our timing. And we need to stay in those cycles. Otherwise, we are just stuck and stagnant and dead and existing a sub-existence. That's not what our life is about.
No. And it's so many people end up with just that. And there's no amount of money you can make that can satisfy these parts that are, money is great for things that money can help, right? It does nothing for things that it can't help. And to live without,
If it did, we would not have these successful people who are drug addicts or having suicide or miserable or failed marriages. If money was all, money is a result. It's not a reason. It's an expression of how much we've given. And so if that's all you're searching for, you're going to end up empty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is, I am so appreciative that you're out there. I was having a conversation earlier with somebody, and we were kind of talking about how this is, it feels like it's a fairly new development in how people are talking about doing business. That may or may not be accurate, but it feels like that, because it feels like before all it was is work, work, work. You can sleep when you're dead, all that kind of stuff. That very unbalanced approach. And now it's like, and maybe it's just I'm attracting people who are, on purpose I know I am attracting people. That's who I want to talk with, who have a different mindset on this. But for us to each, be voicing this out in the wilderness, so to speak, it's like we become almost like redwood trees where they're connected underground. And it's like, until this becomes the norm, the message that's heard, that's very common, that's easy for people to hear, we support each other, which is really, so I'm thrilled anytime I have somebody that I can talk with. I'm like, that's great. Let's water each other. Like,
Yeah. And one of the things that you said, Sue, is actually bigger than what you just talked about the redwoods. The Heart Math Institute has been doing research on the energy of trees. And do you know that they are a complete ecosystem that sustains and supports each other? They share resources.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like they'll like even like communicate with each other about, well, this one got chopped down, and I don't even know what else they might be saying to each other, but how cool is that?
Yeah, there's so many amazing studies that show that true thriving, true life exists in collaboration and cooperation. And you're right, we are in a massive paradigm shift. What our systems were built on were unsustainable because they were built to at the expense of the masses for the 1%.
Yeah.
And so those messages that we were taught about, you can sleep when you're dead, stress is a good thing, look how you're burnt out, that's a testament to how amazing you are. Those were crap lies that we were taught that kept us from our own empowerment. And that is breaking down.
Yeah.
That is unsustainable. We are moving from a industrialized revolution of conformity and fitting into boxes and being replaceable and being expendable into the place where each and every one of us actually knows that we matter and we have a place and we have a gift.
Better. It's so much better. And it's not woo-woo necessarily. I mean, it could be, but it's just, this is sustainable. This is what's truly sustainable.
Yeah, we've been taught about the ecosystem of our world, you know? We've been taught about all of these systems, but anytime we are taught any of this, we are excluded from the equation. As if we are different than everything else.
Yeah.
And they labeled it woo, but all it was part of that wording or that control and manipulation that kept us from our own empowerment, because we can't feed a system that goes against who we are if we're empowered.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, this is amazing. All right, your background was you were in sales training. So I could see where that could come in handy, having your business. This is great. Your sales calls must go amazing, which is good. But how are you actually attracting, how are you getting in front of and then creating some sort of something that resonates with your ideal client so they're like, yes, me.
Well, I'll be honest with you, it has not been easy. When I moved from corporate and used all of those skills to create something that was just mine, I had crap beliefs that said I didn't know what I was doing. And so I followed this guru, that system, this answer. And what it did was fragment me and take me so far out of my actual business that I spent a ton of money. I spent a ton of time. I went totally out of my own goals. I was doing things that were out of my integrity because I was believed, have scarcity. Well, I don't believe in scarcity. So why am I going to promote that just to convert for a sale? That goes against who I am. So there were these little micro aggressions against myself. And I finally said, no, I'm going to just attract those that are aligned with me. I don't want to force anybody to close a sale. There are gurus out there that will tell you all the perfect lines to close a sale, but all that's doing is part of the control and the manipulation. And so I now am spending more and more time having these conversations with people to attract who fits with me.
It's such a human approach. like, I mean, I too went through, I'm always tempted to, I'm just going to say it. I went through sales on demand, like, and I felt awful. Like
was it sales on demand or was it clients on demand?
No, sales on demand. So that's the second part. Clients on demand is if you're a coach, and so here's how you get them. Sales on demand is if you want to bring on a team, right? I was working with a coach who had gone through there, and I benefited greatly from working with her as her client. So no, I'm not throwing any shade there, but going through sales on demand, the result of how I was taught to do a sales call, I was going through Tums like at an insane rate, 15, 20 of them a day. I was like this, and I thought the problem was me, but it was I felt so gross, and I truly wanted to help the people that I was talking with. Like, I really wanted them to get the help. And then I had to do this thing. And then it's like, then you've got a sales manager who's listening to your call. Well, why didn't you push on this? Why'd you let them off? That wasn't loving. You let them off the hook. It's like, this felt horrible. So I love that you're taking the approach of like normal human conversation, where you're there to serve. It's a whole other thing.
Yeah. And when we see, I love sales. Because to me, sales is the greatest serving there is.
Yeah.
When we are qualifying our clients, what we're doing is we're becoming curious. Who are they? What do they need? What is best for them? And do I have the best resources for them? Because if I know, like I know that I can help, then there is not a hard sales push. It is a desire to serve. It is a desire to make things better for everybody. I actually built my business name around this. My business name is called the legal jargon stuff that I don't talk about is a 4X win, which means a win for me. For the first time, we put ourselves first unapologetically. We don't minimize who we are. We celebrate our genius. We own, yes, I am good at this. Yes, I can serve at the highest level with this, and I am delivering it with highest integrity. The second one is you. Who is my client? Who am I talking to? Who am I integrating with? The third is our business, our communities, our families. And the most important is the collective good.
That's a whole different approach, isn't it?
Yeah. And so instead of overcoming objections, instead of having this win-lose, this power struggle, this control for who gets the sale or who closes the client or, all of this, it is instead about what is best for you? Am I best for you? Because I'm not the best for everybody. But part of what I do is I've created an amazing collaboration community that if I'm not the best, I know a lot of people and I refer and we collaborate and we share resources like the forest.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I heard somebody said that it's kind of like being a general practice physician. So, people come in, let's say, oh, my elbow is really hurting. So back in the day, a doctor would take care of it. Now it's like, oh, let me write you a referral to this person or that person. And I kind of get that. It's like when I'm talking with somebody, I've been doing marketing writing for 20 years, helping with lead gen by creating written stuff that can work for us. Sometimes that's not what they need. Sometimes, oh, you need a quiz funnel? Oh, I partner with Minnie. Minnie's doing this. This is great. Oh, you want that? Oh, yeah, let me introduce you to this one or that one. And it's so much more of a place of service to come from rather than, oh, yeah, well, so I'm a generalist, but yeah, I'm going to do your brain surgery. It's like, that's insane.
Yes. And so I love that because one of the things I talk about is how we were created in silos of expertise, where this is all I do and this is what I do. And I try to fit everything into that. And if it doesn't exist. is so different than understanding that we are integrated, interrelated human beings living within an integrated, interrelated system. And when we collaborate and share, then we have an ecosystem of moving the resources, like we were talking about the dam that created the Dead Sea. That's because it wasn't moving and flowing.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I love to do in my community. Is the very first thing I do is have everyone introduce themselves and say, this is my this is my gift to the world, and own it and celebrate it. And the second is, these are my challenges. This is what I need. And learn to ask unapologetically, with no shame, judgment, or anything. This is what I need. Who can help me with this? And then we're, I can introduce you to so-and-so or this person. And now we are creating collaboration, and we're not living within a win-lose situation.
I love that. That's so great. So this is Entrepreneurs Gone Wild. A lot of these ideas that you've had, these realizations that you've had, being able to tie it to the lake at your dad's with the dam, with the, I can see that there's nature growing in your head. So you've recently, decided that you're going to try spending time more time outside.
Yeah.
How do you feel? Like, how does that feel for you? Does it feel, because, when you're just in the early stages of, building this movement, really, that you're creating, this is a huge, huge thing. It can feel, I feel this a lot. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have time to go outside. I got to do this. I've got to work. I've got to, how is that going for you? Like, what's going through your brain, and what do you foresee being some benefits that you can derive from this?
Well, I'm going to bring it back to the universal law of rhythm, and that there is a time and a place for everything. And so just like we're in winter right now and outside is filled with snow, sometimes we have to hibernate. Sometimes we have to go inward. And so there was a time in my life where I was on my healing journey. I was healing my body and my mind. I was writing my books. I was creating the communities. I was creating my programs. And so that was where my whole focus went. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with taking a season and focusing in on a certain area, but you can't stay stagnant there. And so I've done that work. I've created that foundation. And now I am ready to start to integrate other aspects of my life. Because I used to love to go out hiking into the forest and walk through the rivers and discover the waterfalls. And I used to love gardening and digging, except for the worms. I'm not a big worm person. But
they're a little close to snakes, aren't they?
Oh yeah, anything without legs. I can do spiders, I can do a lot of things, but if it doesn't have legs, I have an issue. When we're starting to go to that place, it is about understanding, yes, I went inward. Yes, I was focused. And so just like when we go into the hospital, when we're healing, we take that time, we go inward, and then we go back into life. We go back into community. And so I am creating all sorts of things. Like one of the things on my plate right now is I've joined a networking group where we are bringing women into community and networking live in person, so that we are not doing so much of this in home with Zoom. As wonderful as this is, I actually think this is the greatest thing that ever happened because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
We got to connect with people all over the world.
Yeah. But it's second best. I will say that. There's something so powerful of having unhurried face-to-face time, or even if it's on a schedule, but especially unhurried. Like that's part of the driving force with the retreat center that we're building. It's like, I want entrepreneurs to be able to gather around a campfire and not be pitching each other, but just really being real, having these unrushed conversations. I feel like that's so amazing to have. And you're doing it in real life too, with the network that you're building.
Well, that is part of the universal laws. The very first universal law is that everything is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred or transmuted. There is something extremely powerful with bringing the energy of people together, bringing the masculine and feminine of creation, bringing the cause and effect of collaboration and cooperation, of sharing resources. And so, yes, my next step will be to create retreats and bring people together where we can use all at our fingertips. Yes, there's a time for being alone and doing your own self-study, and there's a time for community, and there's a time for these interconnections on Zoom. But the power of proximity, the power of connection, it's part of this paradigm shift that we're in.
That's so amazing. I love that. All right, where can people find out more about you and also your book? Is it on Amazon? Let me ask that first. Is it on Amazon?
Yes, it's on Amazon. It is going to, I think it's over 150 other platform areas. Nice. Both books are released. My official release is tomorrow for this book. So by the time this airs, both of them will be out. It's Unlearn the Crap and Level Up. Shocking.
Yes.
And the second book is How I Unlearned My Crap. And so it is an intimate, vulnerable sharing of the cause and effect of what took me out and how I unlearned my own crap so I could level up and become the best version of myself.
Oh, great. All right. And where can people find out about working with you?
Well, if you can spell Kathy with a K, it's kathybaldwin.me.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than that. If you can spell Kathy with a K, that's great.
Well, it's funny because that was part of the crap that I needed to unlearn, was coming up with these catchy sayings. And you know what? I realized, like, my business, I was creating branding before I had fully developed who I was. And realizing that my offerings were going here, there, and everywhere, and it was getting messy and sloppy. And I'm like, it's just all me. And I thought, what am I doing? I just got to come back and do it all under me and own it. And there's different elements of what I do and how I serve, and it's just part of me.
Oh, that's so smart. I love that. Man, well, I hope you'll come back. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this is just the first of many conversations.
I agree. And I would love to come back, but I'd also like to come back in person and share your retreat space.
Fantastic. Well, our first geodesic dome is supposed to get here within a few weeks. So I'm really excited. So you have a standing invite. You come on down.
We will
maybe wait till it's a little warmer. Right?
Yeah, I'm a bad Canadian. I don't do white stuff well.
Well, we don't have that, so maybe it would be warm to you. I don't know. So wild. Well, thank you so much, Kathy.
Thank you, Sue.